Well, hello there, YouTube. Man, nice and quiet out this morning, but I hear a log truck coming up the mountain there. But it's Thursday, September the 9th. Is that right? Yeah, it is the 9th, isn't it? It is Thursday, right? I don't know. Yeah, you get these little weird vacation short week things that get you all mixed up. Pretty sure it's Thursday. But at any rate, it was 49 this morning, or 46 this morning. It's 59 now. And I like it with the little clouds in the sky. It gives it some sustenance. Look how the grapevines have come over here. And the grapevines are mingling with the cherry tree. I go, oh, look at the cherry tree. Wait a minute, that's not cherry leaves. Our little bistro area. These days, you just wish you could stay home. It's been a bit since we done drive by and showed off. Well, we drive by it every day. Last night was a shame that I couldn't get the camera out fast enough. The lighting on that barn was so cool. Even Kelly went, oh, look at Dr. Pearson's.
So pretty.
Not sure why, but that whole parking area is empty. There's probably an email that came through while we're driving down the road or something. I don't check my work email in the mornings or anything, so yeah, we're gonna park over here with everybody else. Yeah. You sit next to Rick's Dodge, suddenly you realize just how small the war wagon is.
Yeah, we're little.
She's tiny. All right, Mama. Let's start off a Thursday now that I sorted out what day it is, actually.
All right, very good, Hubba.
All right. Love you, bye.
I love you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Check this bad boy out. Wow. That's gotta be insane. Yeah, buddy. He offered to let me ride it, and I just, nah, that's too cool. As much as I'd love to, it would just make me too nervous. Really cool. What a cool guy, too. Yep. That's 10 minutes after midnight. So what was going to happen next after I walked away from that Bruce and his wonderful Street Glide Special with the 131 kit motor in there? Whew. Oh, something else. Just something you need to see in person. And the way it sounded. Oh, those mid pegs on there. They're all high. I mean, that thing's like a battle of the baggers. That thing's set up bad to the bone. It's I guess it's some famous guy famous painter, builder, or whatever. Somebody in Texas. I don't recall what the name was, but that thing is bad to the bone. And I got all chicken, and I just didn't feel comfortable riding somebody else's motorcycle, especially something like that. I don't know. Just, you know, when you feel weird about it, just don't do it. But then, you know how that is after you drive away. Oh, I should have done it. Should have rode it. That'd have been cool. There'll be more. Not like that one, though. But that's pretty cool. Anyway, when I walked in the door, I finished up putting a crankshaft position sensor in a 2016 Spyder RT Limited. I'm sure I talked about it back on June 23rd. So it was a quick diagnosis. It was putting the thing in limp mode. And I don't think I wrote it. I don't think it was writable. I think it was like, as soon as it would detect the problem, it would go into limp mode. So I'm pretty sure I didn't ride it. I don't know how much I talked about it. Anyway, the guy approved the repair. It's out of warranty. Parts not that much. Labor's not that much. It's actually an easy job to do. And it's basically the same amount of stuff you take off to get to the oil filter on the previous body style Spyders. It was 2016. You're basically going in there. That's where the crank position sensor is. It's not that bad of a deal. A little tricky getting it out, but the part was updated to a newer part, and there was like this weird ridge on it. And there was a tab that came out that held for a zip tie tag, for lack of better terms, that protruded out of the manifold. And this ridge that's on the sensor, you couldn't get a socket in there to it. The manifold was out of there, but good Lord, I wouldn't go to all that. But yeah, anyway, the new one, that ridge is missing, and it's a cooler looking part anyway. I don't know what's updated. It's never been a problem. I've never put a camshaft sensor in a 1330. In the early days, the 08s, 09s, it seems like I put a couple in the old Spyder GSs, and it looks like it's that same sensor that was used on those. But yeah, don't be freaking out. You're going to have a camshaft sensor fail. That's a fluke thing. There's no moving parts in there. It's just a sensor that failed. But anyway, he approved that thing back on June 23rd. The part showed up this morning. And his service provider, she says, well, I'll get him on the schedule as soon as I can, you know. I go, where's the part? Is it on the shelf? We have a service parts area. I said, the bike's down there with me. I'm just going to put that thing in now. Anyway, I took that thing for a ride. I was in the middle of it when Bruce showed up with that bike. Really cool guy. He's got, you ought to see the paint job for this Dyna that he's working on. I guess he was talking to this gentleman about that paint job. He's doing it. Dude, it is so, I'm sure he'll bring that thing by when that's done. It's a work in progress. And anyway, talking to him, and he had that bike, and one thing led to another, and he flew to Texas and picked that Street Glide Special up and drove it back. Picked it up in the middle of that heat. He said he was driving, he was down in Nevada or something. He was going across the desert in 119 degrees. And he goes, you know, these 131s, you know, it's a big motor. They run hot, you know. But he said going across that desert and all that heat, it never went into parade mode, as the term goes. She handled it. If it gets too hot, they'll shut themselves down. So people freak out about air-cooled motorcycles. I mean, these things are so high-tech nowadays. Even my iron will protect itself. My old Road King, the 02, did it. They'll do things. They'll start, you know, they'll miss a fire. They just won't fire it. So it allows the injection of fuel and air to go in, and without firing it, there's no explosion. So it helps cool it. And they'll go so far as to, you know, actually blast raw fuel in there, you know, additional. They'll keep going until the fuel actually cools the thing off. Crazy intelligent. Don't ever worry about a modern air-cooled motorcycle. It's nuts. It's amazing the things they can do. They will protect themselves all the way down to going into, well, Harleys, they love to call it the parade mode, but in the Japanese, German world, they refer to it as a limp mode. So it just puts it in such a detuned mode that, you know, it's protecting itself. I don't know if they'll ever get to the point they'll shut down, but yeah, it'll reduce everything to a point that it saves itself. It won't burn down. Don't worry about it. But anyway, the reason I lost the audio on the test, I guess maybe I didn't explain. I'm working on the video and realize there's no audio on that Spyder ride. And it was a good one. You know, you get a good conversation. I mean, you're talking to yourself, but to me, I'm talking to you. And ultimately, as you're watching it, I am talking to you. But, you know, the reality of the moment, you're some knucklehead driving down the road talking to himself in a helmet. But, yeah, crazy. No audio. And something weird happened at the beginning. And it was one of those things you need to stop and just restart. there's a certain way I connect everything. I've learned if you don't do it this way, you could possibly lose audio. So I very quickly kind of undid it and redone it. And I think I did it too quick. I'm literally thinking about this thing as I'm driving out of the parking lot. And, man, when you throw that file into the timeline and there's no sound wave, you're like, no. So that was going to be a good portion of my vlog. So from here, we stopped for gas, and I mentioned that Kelly and I were getting home late because we found what we're looking for at another dealer. And we just wanted to look at it and want to see the color, touch it, feel it. You know, yeah, it's a real thing. And salesmen being salesmen, they, you know, let's work out a number. And Kelly and I go, well, let's just see what they'll do, you know. We'll only buy from Northwest. You know, those guys have treated us so good. So it doesn't hurt to see what somebody will offer. What in the heck? The guy, I'm like, where are you coming up with this price? And Kelly, she's just, when it comes to stuff like that, she is not quiet. You know, I'm one of these guys, no thank you, and walk away. Kelly just does not. She is not quiet about it. Where the hell are you coming up with that number? And we get this, oh, well, you know, Harley's production is at like 60%. So, you know, we can't get enough product or whatever BS story they're telling. So basically, because they feel they can't, even though the showroom is packed, they're definitely not lacking any product. They wanted $3,000 over retail for it. So, yeah, we kind of freaked out about that. The conversation ended. They didn't even say, but I didn't even make eye contact when we left. It's crazy. I won't tell you who the dealer was. We'll just say they're new, because they are new. They got a lot to learn. But when this pandemic's over, all the people that have bought bikes and realize they paid well over retail for them, you know, we don't do that at our store. We charge retail. There's no budging on the price. That's pretty much all motorcycle dealers. There's no budging. You know, if you want a brand new, up-to-date, current motorcycle, it's retail. And, you know, I knew that I paid full boat retail for that. But if you remember, the first dealer wanted $3,000 over. Like, nope. You know, nah, just no. Don't need it. Well, there's nothing wrong with the truck. It was a want thing, not a need, you know. We wanted it enough, I was willing to pay retail because it was hard to come by. Our motorcycles are kind of in that same boat. So are the parts. And, man, parts being back ordered is kind of tough, too. Like this poor guy, part was ordered June 23rd, and it came in today. But get him back on his bike. Enjoy what's left of the summer. Anyway, good Lord, I've been talking for 10 minutes. I need to roll. Sorry about losing the ride. That's pretty dang cool there. Almost 7 o'clock again tonight. Getting home late. We stopped at another Harley shop. And, well, nothing's going to happen from there. That's a whole nother story. But, got the C1. Look at that Kenworth. So that was interesting. But that took some time. Messing around. Now I'm feeding the old monster here, and we're heading home and freeing the dogs. Well, how about this? We got a little light. I guess we're standing in a dark hole. Look at the sun hitting the trees back there.
Isn't that pretty?
7:34 sunset tonight.
Bummer.
It's going quick, man.
Yeah, she's slipping away.
She's ripping by. So that's kind of cool going into another Harley shop, but
yeah.
At least we got to see and touch.
Yeah.
We won't be buying from there.
Nope. I wouldn't anyway.
Yeah, we wouldn't even.
Yeah. Just
it'd have
go
to
see and touch.
It'd have to be something crazy, but yeah, kind of cool.
Yeah.
But anyway, on that, before the sun drops and we're standing here in the dark.
Yeah.
Just got the old flashlight, you know, burning up in your face.
Yeah, we're just lit up.
Those days are coming soon enough.
Yeah, they are.
Just don't wish it on any sooner than we have to, huh?
No.
It was a good day. Very busy Spyder day again today. Most likely again tomorrow, too. So, anyway, on that, we're going to roll.
Alrighty, well, thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. We will talk to you tomorrow. Same smoke time, same smoke channel. Don't forget to give her a thumbs up, and you guys have an amazing Friday or Saturday.
All right.
And there they all go.
Oh, man, they're just running them up. Here comes Danny. Oh, that's Abby. Anyway.
We'll see you tomorrow. In the morning.
Bye-bye now.